Solving proportions. That's what you're going to learn. Let's get started. A proportion is an equation that shows that two ratios are equivalent. The way you're going to do this is using the property of proportion, because the cross product of a proportion is going to be equal. What does that mean? Well, if I multiply 3 times 8 here, I'm going to get 24. And 12 times 2 is also 24. So that means those two proportions are equal. Now let's take a very simple example to show how a proportion cannot be equal. So if I have 2/3 and I make that equal to 3/4, when I cross multiply, 3 times 3 is going to be 9, and 2 times 4 will be 8. So obviously those are not equal. So the advantage to doing this is in order to find out one of those missing variables in a proportion. Here are 3 examples. Pause the movie and take a moment to write them down on a piece of paper. When finished, go ahead and replay the movie. So let's take a look at this example. Determine whether the ratios 3/18, 3 to 18, and 6 to 36 form a proportion. Now I could automatically just cross multiply, but I'm looking at these two fractions and I'm thinking I could probably reduce these. And reducing a fraction, although it might be one more step, it's going to make my life a little bit easier. So when I reduce 3/18, I'm going to get 1/6, because 3 and 18 have common factors of 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. On the other side, 6 and 36 have common factors of 6. So 6 divided by 6 would be 1, and 36 divided by 6 would be 6. Now for this example, you really do need to cross multiply. So let's rewrite it. 5/8 equals 7.5 over z. So 5 times z is 5z. And 8 times 7.5, let's see, I know 8 times 7 is 56. And half of 8 is 4. So 8 times 7.5 would be 60. Next step would be divide both sides by 5. So z will equal 12. Okay, final example. If you travel 540 miles in 3 days during your summer vacation, how many miles could you travel in 10 days? Well, let's first make our fraction. 540 miles per or for 3 days. And then I need to know how many miles were traveled, or could be traveled, in 10 days. So the numerator on the left-hand side already has miles in it. So I'm going to make the numerator on the right-hand side miles as well. Same thing with the denominator. The denominator on the left-hand side are the days, so I'll make the denominator on the right-hand side days as well. At this point, I just need to cross multiply. 540 times 10 would be 5,400. And 3 times x is just simply 3x. I divide both sides by 3. So x will equal 1,800.